All right, we are back for part 3 of our Jen Aranyi-inspired landscapes that we did inside of a circle. So we already did our background with the beautiful colors, wet on wet technique, and we might have put some salt on there that we need to dust off. Let's clean off our surface and get ready to go. So my paper is dry, and you'll see that I already drew out all of the shapes of my mountains, and I planned out where all my trees are gonna go, and that was part 1. Now what we're going to do is we're not just going to just outline everything with Sharpie, but we're going to be adding texture. This is what Jen Aranyi is known for. She's known for using her pens and Sharpies and her pens and her Sharpies to add line work to make interesting textures in her landscape. So she'll add stripes in areas to make them look like shadows, and she'll add little dots to have like an interesting surface in the snow. And we're going to start by doing the pine needles. To do the pine needles, we're going to put a little upside down V shape on the top of each of our trees, kind of like an arrow. And then we're going to fill in those trees with more upside down V shapes that get larger as they go down the tree. So if I start with this one that is closest to the bottom of the paper, I know it's the largest one, it's the biggest one, it's the closest one to me. I am going to make my V-shapes nice and big as they get towards the bottom, because this is going to be a large tree that is right front and center of my artwork. You can use a larger Sharpie. You can switch between the thin one and the large one. The more thin versus thick lines you have in this drawing, the more interesting it's going to be. That's called variety. So you can see here that I've got a lot of these lines coming down in the direction of a pine tree. You can look at some pine tree pictures to help you as you go. And I think this tree is finished. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the rest of my trees with all of these upside down V shapes. And as I go back into space, those little teeny tiny trees are going to have a lot less of those V shapes in them. Okay, I am done with my trees. Check it out. Very cool. I've got some big ones in the front, some small ones in the back, and I am ready to move on to the next area. Let's go ahead and outline our river next. I can use a thin Sharpie or a regular Sharpie. Like I said, you might end up using both. After you outline different areas of your drawing, you can always go back and erase your pencil lines. That is what a professional artist would do. Okay, now that I outlined my lake area, or river area, I'm gonna go back into that section between my two lines of the sides of my river, and I'm gonna add all of these vertical stripes. What this is going to do is it's gonna create texture along the wall of the riverbed. So the lines, the stripes that are closer to the back of the river are gonna be a little bit closer together because it's farther away, and then those stripes are gonna get farther apart as they get closer to us. In fact, as you get really close to the bottom of your paper and you have all this room, you can actually make your stripes not exactly go all the way across. So you might have some that come down from the top and some that come up from the bottom. And that will make it even more interesting and give it more of a realistic texture effect. You can also add some texture to your rocks by maybe making some wiggly lines or some dots on those to show that the rocks are bumpy and rough. Check it out. Now that is texture. If you wanted to, you could also add some little lines that go down the river to show the current. So maybe they're swirling and curving throughout the river. Again, these lines might be farther away from each other. The closer you are to the bottom of your paper, the closer they are to you. And then the ones that are in the back might be closer together. Okay, now for the snow. Let's go ahead and outline our horizon line and then take a skinny Sharpie or a pen and add lots of little dots in the snow. This will show maybe some grass that's peeking out, or maybe just uneven snow patches that, again, make our snow look more realistic. So towards the back, you might have lots of dots that are close together. And as you get closer to the front, just like before, they might be farther apart. Okay, time for our mountains. Let's go ahead and take a Sharpie and outline all of the lines. So we're going to outline the mountain line and we're going to outline all of these little funky shapes that we drew. All right, again, a good artist will erase his or her pencil lines. All right, here's the fun part. So in all of these funky shapes that we drew in part 1, we are going to add some stripes. Now, these stripes don't need to be perfectly straight, but you're going to fill each of these sections really carefully with your stripes. Make sure you take your time. If you rush through this and kind of scribble it, it's not going to look very neat and tidy. Jen Aranyi definitely takes her time filling in these stripes. And if you look closely at mine, they're a little bit wiggly. If you make your stripes kind of wiggly, it shows even more of a texture on the mountain, because mountains and anything in nature never really have straight lines. They're always a little bit wiggly. So take your time and get into your zone as you relax and draw all of your stripes in each and every one of those sections of your mountain. All right, I did all of my stripes in each of the sections, and how cool does that look? Definitely very Jen Aranyi inspired. I also filled in that little cave or alcove area that my river is running to. And if you would like to, you can outline the edge of your circle. I think I'm going to do that just so it's easier to cut. And then you can cut this out and we are finished. You could put this on a fancy background. You could, I think what I'm going to do is make a larger frame that's also a circle. You can decorate that however you'd like. And this is your Jen Aranyi inspired landscape drawing / painting. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time. Love, your cozy art teacher.